Okay, so these are my panniers. When I got these, the locks have been cut off because this is a insurance write-off and it was involved in a death, so had been forced open and these were gone as part of the investigation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get some cheap eBay ones, fix them on. So I'm going to fix this on here like that. The only issue is that this here needs a spacer. So if we put that like that and we put it up, it's hard to see it on camera, but for that to fit flush, we're going to have to put a spacer in here. It's just not going to fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up to the office and I'm just going to 3D print out a spacer and then come down and paint it. Now that we have this spacer 3D printed, I'm just going to give it a lick of paint. Really it's just the edges that will be visible, these outer edges, so I'm really just going to try and get them painted. There we go, I'll let that dry and I can start fixing the bottom bracket on while that dries. Okay, so this is the bracket here, the bottom, that's the top piece, we don't need that. This is the bottom piece. It's kind of a strange array of holes on this. We've got two on this solid, kind of chunky structural part and two on the lighter sections of metal. Personally, I'm not too worried about the fact that it's lighter metal because this is just a deterrent. If someone wants to get these off, they'll very easily get them off with any sort of a pry tool. That's the keys to the other one. I have two, so there we go. Any sort of a pry tool will get these off. So it's just really a deterrent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill these out to a slightly bigger hole to match the bolts I have. Then match up these, drill it, fix it, and then hopefully the paint will be dry in the spacer and I'll be able to attach the second piece to the top. Now we can see here that the screw isn't going to fit in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim the edge off the top of that screw, or that nut bolt, so it fits in better. And I'll do the same for the other side. Now that's pretty solid, it's not going anywhere. We got to close. Another issue is we can't put bolts through this because it's going to hit here. And we also have a slight issue with pop rivets from previous installations. So we got those pop rivets there. It's going to be particularly careful to drill, not to try and miss those. So instead of using bolts, because the bolts will just hit here, I'm going to use pop rivets. I'm going to drill holes right through and use pop rivets in the plastic. They'll swell up and they'll fill in. Okay, so we've got our filler, and that goes like that. I'll tell you what. probably could have done with moving the bottom lock up slightly, but I think we might just have enough. We might just have enough there to make a grip. Alright, that's it. Not the world's most prettiest lock, but very functional. Open, close. Is that the key to lock it? Because I got two sets of these, so I don't know which keys are for which. That could be an issue. Let's try that. Maybe the case that is stopping it. We can file this out a bit more, grind that down. That's going to be much flatter. That hopefully will help. Let's see. Yeah, it's still a little tight, but it's improvement. Hopefully when I get the nut on the bottom, it'll add another little bit of sinkage to it. Let's try it now. Down it goes. Latch on. Lock. Perfect. Like I said, cheap and cheerful. Can remove that plastic at some point, but that should stop or deter tease. Like I said, if someone really wants to get a screwdriver in there, they probably would wedge it open, but this is just so that they're not flapping in the wind.